Welcome back to Cinematic Cravings. Bridgerton Season 4 is coming in hot because this season, things are totally different. Should I talk about Sophie and Benedict's first meeting, Penelope and Eloise's friendship reunion, or the way new characters are about to shake up this entire love game? Trust me, everything's going to turn upside down from the very first episode. So before we begin, if you haven't joined us yet, go ahead and subscribe and don't forget to like the video so we can grow together. Your support means the world to us. If you're ready, let's dive into what Season 4 has in store. Benedict and Sophie's first moment. All right, let's admit it. The moment the first photos from this season dropped, we all kind of froze in front of our screens for a few seconds, didn't we? Benedict standing there at the Masquerade ball, Sophie showing up with that silver mask. I mean, we're not just watching their first meeting, we're feeling it. Because this season isn't just your typical love story. There's something about them that makes you go, I want to feel that. That ballroom scene, incredible, might already be my favorite. And Eloise and Penelope, the girls are back. After all that drama, seeing them side by side again seriously warmed our hearts. Last season was rough for them, but now they seem stronger, closer even. I'm totally getting the we've grown, made mistakes, but we're still like sisters vibe. And honestly, that's one of the most beautiful things about Bridgerton. Relationships aren't always picture perfect, but they're real. As for the new characters, Rosamund and Posie Lee are bringing a whole new energy to this season. Especially their mother, Araminta. Oh, she is ambitious. Rosamund is basically a mini version of her. Calculated, ambitious, wants to control everything. But Posie, she's more naive, sweeter, and yeah, kind of a scattered soul. This dynamic looks like it's going to be super interesting. Fun, for sure, but definitely dramatic. I'm going back to the Masquerade ball because, seriously, that scene feels like the heart of the season. Everyone dressed in their finest, locking eyes, soft touches, and that moment when Benedict falls for Sophie for the first time, it hit hard. For us women watching, scenes like that don't just hit visually, they hit emotionally too. I mean, haven't we all said, I wish someone would look at me like that? And then there's My Cottage, Benedict's little countryside house. From the photos, it looks super peaceful, but there's also a kind of loneliness there. I think it's not just his place to escape, it's also where his relationship with Sophie is really going to take shape. And when I saw those shots, I thought, this season isn't just about love, it's about finding yourself too. So yeah, it's Benedict's season, but let's be real, we're all a little bit like Sophie, right? Whose season is it? This season is all about Benedict. And yes, finally, we've been waiting a long time for him to have his own story. After Anthony's passion and Colin's romance, it's finally the middle brother's turn. But here's the thing, Benedict isn't the classic, I found love, let's get married kind of guy. He's more bohemian, confused. He lives life through art and freedom, basically us. And that's when Sophie enters his life, with masks, secrets, and an incredible sense of grace. Sophie Beck is a maid, but she's far from ordinary. This girl is strong, smart, and incredibly patient. No matter what, she stands tall. Benedict is drawn not just to her beauty, but to who she is inside. And the secret Sophie keeps, her status, her identity, her past, they add real drama to the story. Sure, it's a fairy tale, but it's like they took Cinderella and rewrote it for Bridgerton. Stronger, more feminist, more like us. Benedict's inner struggles are also at the heart of the season. Unlike the other male characters, he doesn't blindly follow the system. He wants to love, but on his own terms. And his pull towards Sophie breaks down his walls. So yes, it's romantic, but we're also watching real character development. Let's admit it, we're tired of empty love scenes. These two are going through something real, and you can feel it in every scene. And of course, the chemistry between them. When Sophie and Benedict first meet, everything is so electric. There's tension, but also a delicate bond forming. This isn't a they locked eyes and fell in love moment. It's something that builds over time. And as you're watching, you're constantly wondering, is this when he finds out? When is that secret going to explode? That's one of Bridgerton's biggest strengths. It shows love not just as sweet and romantic, but also messy and complex. This season isn't just a love story. It's Benedict's journey of self-discovery, Sophie's fight to be heard. These two complete each other, but first, they have to complete themselves. And I think that's a powerful message, especially for female viewers. Love is wonderful, yes, but you have to learn to be yourself first. That's exactly what Season 4 is about, and that's why it's worth watching. New arrivals, familiar faces. Bridgerton introduces new characters every season, but this one, oh, it's packed. First, Rosamund and Posie Lee arrive in Mayfair. And girls, these two sisters come from totally different worlds. Rosamund is her mother's favorite. Every move is calculated, she's got her eyes on Benedict, and she's seriously goal-driven. She's got major dramas coming from here energy. You know when you're watching and you're like, yeah, she's definitely up to something? You know, that vibe. Posie, on the other hand, is the complete opposite. She's more naive, sweeter, but just as overlooked. Araminta basically ignores her. Sometimes it's like you can barely hear her voice. But that's exactly why she's going to stand out. Because one of Bridgerton's greatest strengths is giving ignored characters a moment to shine. And I have a feeling Posie might be the surprise character of the season. We all love a good underdog story, don't we? Of course, it's not just the new faces. We're also catching up with fan favorites. Kate Sharma is back. Yup, Anthony's wife. I'll admit it, I've missed Kate since Season 2. Her intelligence, her confidence, and also her vulnerability, it all feels so real to me. And if anyone's going to be there to support Sophie as she steps into this world, it's definitely Kate. Girl power? Check. And Eloise and Penelope, their reunion isn't just nostalgic, it's emotional. Penelope's been through a lot because of the whole Lady Whistledown situation. Eloise has grown a ton while trying to find her own way. This season, we're going to see a new kind of balance in their relationship. They're not teenagers anymore. Life is real. Relationships are messy, but their bond is still strong. That dynamic, it's true female friendship, and I think it's one of the most valuable parts of the show. And finally, Queen Charlotte, Brimsley, Lady Violet Bridgerton, the Mondrich couple, they're all here. So the big, colorful, slightly chaotic Bridgerton universe is back in full swing. But here's the great part. The new characters aren't just there for show. Each one actually impacts the story. And as you watch, you can't help but think, what's this character up to? That's why this season isn't just for romance lovers. It's also a treat for those who love some good intrigue. Get ready. How many episodes are in Season 4? This season has 8 episodes. And let me tell you, if you're like me and you think, I'll just watch one episode and then suddenly it's 3 a.m., fair warning. The risk of binge watching the whole season in one night is extremely high because every episode feels even more intense than last season. There's romance, there's drama, and the character development goes deeper. It's basically a binge watch trap. Things kick off fast from the first episode. That iconic Masquerade ball where Sophie and Benedict meet, it's right at the start. So if you're expecting the season to start slow, forget it. I think they're jumping in much quicker this time. And by the way, it's not just about love in every episode. There's a focus on personal journeys too. It's not just who's going to marry who. It's more like, who am I and what do I want? And that hits especially hard for our age group because, let's face it, we're all kind of trying to find ourselves too, right? That's why these episodes aren't just something you watch, you feel them. The production team clearly went above and beyond this season. The visuals, the costumes, the sets, everything looks like a painting. But it's not just aesthetics. The content is strong too. After every episode, you're left with that feeling of just one more. Sometimes not just because you want to know what happens, but because you want to see those characters again, feel what they're going through. 8 episodes might sound short, but when you look at how full they are, it's enough. Every episode is carefully written, and every scene pushes the story forward. And the finale? I'm not saying a word, but be emotionally prepared. Because when the season ends, it doesn't just feel like a show ending, it feels like saying goodbye to a friend. So grab your coffee, silence your phone, because this 8-episode journey is going to pull you in and you won't want to leave. So what do you think? Is Benedict going to be the star of this season? Or will Sophie steal our hearts? If there's a new character you already love, or you're thinking, Yeah, this one's definitely going to stir things up. Drop it in the comments. I seriously want to know, do you think Rosamund is more interesting, or will Posie win us over? Are you planning to watch the show or waiting to see the reactions first? Let's all meet in the comments. I love reading your thoughts. And if you enjoy content like this, don't forget to subscribe, because this isn't just a video, it's a space where we get to talk. And if you leave a like, it'll make me really happy because it helps us reach more people. That's it for now. See you in the next video.